Hello everyone, this is Creative Engineer back again with a video tutorial on how to make a simple RC car with Arduino and RF module. To start with, let's have a look at the motion of the robot. Here, you can see the robot performing different motions like going forward, backward, left or right. The various components required to make the robots are: first is the receiver circuit using receiver module and ST12D IC. After that we have Arduino Mega as the controller board, motor driver circuit, LIPO battery, 4 DC motors attached to the chassis, and then a transmitter circuit using HT12E IC. This is the transmitter circuit that transmits signal wirelessly. Now let's have a look on how to connect the circuitry and design the robot. Here we have the receiver module with the decoder IC which decodes the signal transmitted by the transmitter. It has 4 output pins and Arduino reads the status of these pins and takes decision accordingly. These pins are connected to pin number 6, 7 and 8 pins of the Arduino. Also, VCC and ground are provided to this circuit by the Arduino. These are the pins that are connected to the Arduino. Arduino reads the status of these pins and then takes the decision according to the code uploaded onto it. Here it is connected to pin number 6, 7 and 8, which are defined as the input pins for the Arduino. Here, the VCC and ground from the Arduino are connected to the VCC and ground of the receiver circuit. Now, this is the LiPo battery which is used to power up the complete robot. It provides the power to run the motor driver shield which runs the 4 motor and the Arduino Mega attached to the robot. Now we have the motor driver shield for the robot. Here we can control 2 different motors from this shield. It has 2 pins, namely the direction and the PWM pins. This is the direction pin of the left motor which is connected to pin number 2 of the Arduino Mega. Now we have the PWM pin of the left motor attached to pin number 4 of the Arduino Mega. Similarly, the direction pin of the right motor is attached to pin number 3 of the Arduino Mega, and the PWM pin of the right motor is attached to pin number 6 of the Arduino Mega. Now we need to connect the VCC and ground from Arduino Mega to the motor shield. The VCC pin from the motor shield is connected to V input pin of the Arduino Mega, and the ground is connected to the ground of the Arduino Mega. Now we need to attach the wires of the motor to the motor driver shield. Here we attach the positive and negative terminals of the motors to the positive and negative terminals of the motor driver shield. The battery is attached to the center port provided on the motor driver shield, while the motors are attached at the rear ends. Now, to make the robot move, we need to fix the motors at the base. So, here we attach 4 motors at the base with the help of a glue gun. After firmly attaching the motors, connect the 2 motors in parallel and other 2 in parallel separately, and then connect them to the motor driver shield. Once all the connection and assembly of the circuit is done, we will now look into the code. Here we defined four variables, namely motor left direction attached to pin number 2, motor right direction attached to pin number 3, motor left PWM to give the analog voltage at pin number 4 to the left motor, and motor right PWM to give the analog voltage to the right motor at pin number 5. After defining the pins, we defined the mode of the pins. Here, pin 6, 7 and 8 are defined as the input pins to read the input received from the transmitter. Pin 2, 3, 4 and 5, which we defined earlier, are set up as the output pins to give the signals to the motors or the motor driver shield. After defining the modes of the pins, we will add the different conditions according to which a robot should work. Here in the loop function, we can see different if-else statements which are used to read the status of the pins of the receiver and act accordingly. After assembling the components, joining the circuitry and uploading the code, let's test its working. Here you can see the working of the receiver and the transmitter module. It shows how different signals are received by the receiver and transmitted by the transmitter. Also, you can see how after receiving the appropriate command, the robot moves the motors in the desired direction as per the code. After uploading the code onto the Arduino, we are ready to run our wireless RC robot car. Try making it yourself and please subscribe the channel for more updates. Also, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Thanks and enjoy learning.